And hello, happy and beautiful and blessed Mercury Day. Let's see what the vibe is. The Devil. The Queen of Cups. The Two of Swords. And I like the way this looks here, right? It's this Queen of Cups and it looks as if she's offering her cup to the devil here and whatnot, right? And when you think of the Queen of Cups, that's a very loving, a very caring, very nurturing kind of energy. Very, just think kind of just like Venusian energy, or just the moon kind of vibe, if you know what I mean, right? It's a very nurturing and a loving and creating and inspiring energy, right? It's that overflowing kind of whatnot, right? And sometimes that can be to one's detriment, in the sense of we kind of let our cup overflow into spaces, people, whatever, where it's not being received in a genuine kind of sense. It's being received in a sense of being exploited. You know what I mean? And then with the Two Swords, it's that focuses on making a choice, truth, indecision. It's kind of like a stalemate, more or less, here, right? But we do have the Chariot here at the top of the deck, so that kind of just feels like moving forward, a sense of progression, right? And I also do as well too, actually, that where the devil is standing, you see, it looks like it's just well, I guess it could be depicting hell or whatever, but as I always say, though, devils aren't always a bad thing. Devils aren't really a bad thing. Perspective, whatever, religion. But anyway, I guess given the context here, the devil just simply represents, anything that keeps us bound, sense of confinement, things that keep us stuck, stagnant, things that we give away our control to, traumas, It could also be a very horny kind of energy as well too, but I don't think we're focusing on that kind of vibe right now, right? I guess let's see what the devil is. It's a very karmic energy. We have the King of Swords here at the top, in reverse. Wow. And we have the King of Cups there in reverse. So, and the Three of Cups here in the middle. So it's with the King of Swords being in reverse, that's a tyrannizing kind of energy for me. This is a control freak, but just tyrant, 100%. You know what I mean? That's really what authoritative, and to the point, just wanting. It's a very just controlling energy. I can't stand. I find I don't do well with. It's just not, it sucks, what the fuck. But anyway, this isn't about that. I'm just saying that's what this feels like. And then we have the King of Cups here, which is emotionally controlling, emotionally manipulating, emotionally draining. This is also very egotistical kind of energy as well. Yeah. And then I guess with the King of Cups as well too being in reverse, like I said, pouring your cup into places where it's being drained, and his cup is, I guess, in the sense reverse. So very draining energy, right? And yeah, boom, the Two of Cups are in reverse. So that's what this is focusing on, more or less here. But rather than that, we have the beautiful King of Pentacles, right? So that's what that is. You know what I mean? What do you want to say about the Queen of Cups? I like as well too with this Queen of Cups here, right? You see like the ships in the back, and you see the tower and whatnot, right? I was thinking about this yesterday in the reading as well too. Well, it popped into my mind, flowed into my mind that, you know, the tower serves as a beacon, like in tarot and whatnot. It's naturally a beacon of light, you know what I mean? Because the tower, it's also just depicted like with the lightning, I believe, as well too. But sometimes we need shakeups and, you know, that kind of stuff or whatever to shine a light on something that is just simply that just cannot go on anymore. You know what I mean? Anything that's unstable. You know what I mean? The Seven of Cups for the Queen of Cups. With the Seven of Cups for the Queen of Cups, I guess naturally we could make that Eight of Cups, which is walking away, right? But we don't have the Eight of Cups, so I won't really say that, but I was talking about the ship. But anyway, with the Seven of Cups, you know what I mean? I just simply split, and there we go. And I guess that's funny. I guess what I'll say with that is like how much like longer can like one go on feeding and giving into an illusion. That's what the Seven of Cups is about. More naturally, of course, like more than just that or whatever. But it's very illusiony or whatever kind of just like energy, right? Like how much like longer could you go on making choices that don't benefit you? You know what I mean? Because it's also about like choices. We have the option to make choices that are good for us and choices that aren't, in the sense of that kind of feed into like an illusion, more or less here, right? And then the Eight of Cups is in reverse, which is not really wanting to take a step back, not really wanting to leave, right? But the thing is, what I like with this card is I like that this person, like, they have their hand up and they're walking away from those cups, and it's like recognizing that something isn't for you anymore. There's only so much. You know what I mean? This is funny though that we came here. Nobody wants their daydream or their fantasy to be shaken up or whatever, but and there's nothing wrong with like fantasies or anything, but it's only wrong when like it's hurting you. And then the Two Swords, which is about making a choice, the truth, taking off the blindfolds. And we're back at the Chariot. All right, so ignorance can be bliss for only so long, right? So when that tower is shining a light on something in your relationships, in your dynamics, instead of wanting to avoid it and turning the other cheek and being like, oh no, this can't be, whatever. Because in that sense as well too, going back to the Devil card, that keeps us in those kind of karmic kind of situations, or just like those like loops, you know what I mean? It's about moving forward, progression. The Chariot's also ruled by the moon. A lot of moon energy, or just watery energy and whatnot. I'm not sure what I wanted to say with that. As I looked into the heavens. What do I want to say with the Chariot? A lot of resistance. Not a lot of resistance, but you know, that's the Death is in reverse, which is I don't really want to go. I don't really want to go. But what did I say? Karmic situations, karmic loops, dynamics. It's just keeping you stuck. You know what I mean? The more we pour our cup into a situation, that reflects to quite literally life, the universe. That's what we think we deserve. That's what we want, and we'll continuously be met with that. You want something different. It requires making different choices. Okay, and getting a little uncomfortable. Okay. Okay.